Hi guys, welcome to the James Bond Show. Krazy Kajeevie here with you. Guys, it's going to be an interesting one. Really interesting one today. What I'm going to do today, and I'll tell you what guys, before we even head into this, maybe pause this video, go and fix yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, because we are going to get into this absolute woke article by author Mark O'Connell, who's a openly very proud gay man and married to another gay man. And I have to pre-head that. That's not anything against Mark or whatever. And I will say, Mark's, from what I've looked at his work, small parts I've looked at on from his novel, Catching Bullets, Memoirs of a Bond fan. He's a very talented writer. There's no doubt he's a talented author. And he uses this ability in his article titled From Women with Love to really super smash a smoke screen of nonsense with his snowflake agenda and views, and he does it well. It's like an oil slick coming out of the Aston Martin DB5 to try and trick us into believing the bollocks he's written here. So we're going to go through this. So like I said, if you want to pause this is going to be a humdinger. If you want to pause this and go and get yourself a cup of tea, maybe if you're going to do a coffee, okay, make it soy. Make it a nice soy, like a soy latte. If you're going to do a tea, make sure it's organic, just green tea. Not too much caffeine or anything. Nothing unnatural that might offend certain people. Okay, so From Women with Love, why backlashing Lashana ain't a good look for fandom. Now you'll notice too, there's 0 comments. This was just printed out tonight. But the story was written 4 to 5 days ago. There's no comments because Mark, who's all about free speech and people sharing their opinions, has disabled comments on his website on this. So, make of that what you will. So let's start, guys. Now, this is 6 pages long, so start sipping on that soy latte. Probably not going to go through it all because, I want to entertain my audience here at the James Bond Show. I don't want to put you all to sleep, but we'll give it a crack. Okay, so as a 1979 film once famously suggested in space, even Moonraker's glorious 1979 space universe, no one can hear you scream. Unfortunately, in cyberspace, everyone can hear you scream, and the reactions and fevered panic online recently regarding the clickbaited suggestion that British actress Lashana Lynch would be taking the role of 007 in Bond 25. Now, he's got brackets here, or clickbait, as it could well now be called, has seen far too many fans reaching for their "it's PC gone mad" screen buttons. And worse than that, we have seen and read rather putrid forms of sorority house racism. Mind you, he's English, so I don't think they have sorority houses in the UK, but I digress. Let's get back to the genius of Mark O'Connell. Of sorority house racism, sexism, and creative naivety. Creative naivety, very apt coming from this man. Attacking actors on Twitter and petitioning on Facebook is not art or is not how, sorry Mark, is not how art or cinema works. Sorry. So apparently cinema and art can't have criticism, according to Mark. That's what I'm reading into this. So, wow. And I guess attacking an actor, that means by putting up an opinion, because you've got to remember, guys, when you have a right-wing opinion, a conservative opinion, that's an attack. But if you're a left-wing snowflake into abortion, like no doubt I'm sure he is, into same-sex marriage, and a big, obviously, a Hillary Clinton supporter, if you have an opinion against a man like this and his ilk, then it's an attack. You're attacking him. Okay, so let's go on. There is more or less no such thing. Look, okay, so do me a favor, guys. Right now, tie yourselves into your seats because when I read this out, you're going to fall off your chairs laughing. Okay, you ready? There is more or less no such thing as political correctness. I'm not joking. That's what he wrote. There is more or less no such thing as political correctness. It is a form of fictional gaslighting. Whew. No different to the Daily Mail telling us to hate the EU 20 years ago because they want to straighten our bananas. I wonder if they're heroin-flavoured bananas. And ban Christmas. Interesting. Mark, just on this, buddy, how's Christmas looking? I live in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, and I reckon many people over there in the UK that are watching this, or even America, how many of you can identify with having Christmas decorations shut down by your local governments and councils, and the budget not being there for them? But I remember when the yes and vote no campaign, all those were going in 2017 for same-sex marriage. Wow, the government were not short of funds then, pumping the money out to put yes posters everywhere. But Christmas time, little less money. All right, let's keep going. You know what? I'm just going to really get to some of the meaty bits here because if I go on with this, again, you guys will go to sleep and there's just so much rubbish here. But anyway, I am going to put the article in the comment section so you guys can all look it up. But Mark's not going to let you rebut him or leave comments because he's blocked that. So he says here, if your civilian life and relationship rights have never been questioned or threatened, you will only ever see those that have to wave a flag and hashtag to uphold and defend theirs. Equality and diversity have never meant others get less. Really? Tell that to people here in Australia, again, like I said before with the whole Christmas stuff. Tell that to people who share the Christian faith and want to share their faith and who have been shut down on Facebook day after day after day in Facebook Nazi-style fascism. If you have a view that disagrees with something like this, you get banned now for 30 days. And what about children at schools, their parents that don't want them to go into safe schools programs? Now, if you guys in the UK don't know what safe schools is basically teaching young little children how to tuck your penis up between your legs. And that if you're 4, 5, 6 and you want to be a girl, that's all right. If you're a little boy and you want to be a girl, you can be a girl. It's pure sexual confusion. But according to Mark, no, none of this is going on. There's no equality to people that disagree with him. No, none at all. Panicking rhetoric that then gets a social media wind under its wings, and the next thing you know, an American president is addressing the world like Telly Savalas in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, but without the charm and dignity. So therefore, just in this alone, Mark is just showing his complete bias to an elected president, President Trump in America, Trump, who has got the black population, working population in the highest records, I believe, in US history, where Barack Obama had the lowest. And imagine the damage that Hillary Clinton would have done to that country. And of course, you know, nowhere here did Mark outline any of Donald Trump's achievements, but he had a quick crack at him here. Let's see, guys. Let's get to some main parts, because like I said, this is hard to get through. Some forget that Bond himself is never unattractive either. Now, this is where Mark really pushes his homosexual agenda, so that's why I had to mention at the start of this that he is a rampant homosexual. Okay, that there are not just straight white men in the audience of a Bond film. I'm sure that's exactly what Cubby and that were thinking back in the 60s, mate. Let's put out James Bond films for gay dudes. You, sir, are onto it. that there are not just straight white men in the audience of a Bond film. There was a reason Connery had his top off throughout much of 1962's Dr. No. Yeah, it had nothing to do with the fact that he got wet or he was told to take it off because of all the toxic crap on him that Dr. No didn't want inside his little fortress there. It had nothing to do with that. It was all about showing gay dudes his rig. The same reason that Daniel Craig emerged from the surf looking like his abs workout meant that he ate the last 5 Bonds before him. I'm sure you'd love to eat the last 5 Bonds before him, but I'm pretty sure that's not what Daniel Craig had in mind. And yeah, the ab workout, all that hard work and the shorts, that was just to show gay men how ripped Daniel Craig was. Dude, does your husband even know you wrote this? I mean, come on, man. Are you serious? Oh, what else have we got here? Oh, okay, here we go. This is a good one. The flashes of homophobia and transphobia bizarrely feeding into this recent fan damnation of rumored decisions made for a Bond film no one has seen yet is also ever curious. Someone doesn't like an emerging British talent being cast in a Bond film, so we'll bracket our annoyances of that with attacking trans people. No, see, Mark, what you missed the point here, and I do believe that your entire article is a go at me, especially with the title you've used here, because I do run Real James Bond Fans with Love on Facebook, so your title, your title of From Women with Love and comments is probably... would it be safe to say kind of maybe coming at me a little bit? You know who I am and you're having a little go at me, and I know you know who I am because 2 days ago you tried to join Australia's biggest James Bond fan page, which is also mine on Facebook. So here now you're saying that with attacking trans people. Mark, we're not attacking trans people. Okay, what we're clearly stating is there's an agenda here to push a transgender narrative on the general public. Now, Mark, when I go down to the shops or I go to work or whatever I go and do, mate, I don't see too many trans people around. I rarely, if ever, see a homosexual couple around, okay? But this agenda is being pushed down our throats day after day after day on adverts, commercials, TV, book, print, social media, everything. It's an agenda that's been pushed on us. Now, Lashana Lynch, with the very short hair, just happens to look like a trans person. That is just us giving an optic, a visual description. That's what we're saying. We love women, Mark. You know, I know you don't, but we love women. And beautiful women with gorgeous eyes and skin and long hair. And that's how God made them. And women should have long hair and look beautiful and show their femininity. And we love that, Mark. So when we point out that Lashana Lynch is trying to, when she comes out in that blue nappy suit and she's trying to empower women and she's looking all tough and manly, and even in interviews for Captain America, she turned around and she was talking about Black Widow's character in the first Avengers film. Oh, and she can kick butt, and she's doing that for women. She even had to push that. Everything's about the empowerment of women. But you miss the point, and your ilk miss the point that, man, we love women. And we do love strong female women in films. Mary Poppins, classic female character. Sarah Connor, Terminator. Ellen Ripley, Alien. I mean, it's a well-written character. But none of them had to try and force this macho female, as though men are garbage mentality on us. And that's why we loved those characters. They were tough while still being women, and attractive women too, Mark. Let's see what else we've got here, because this is incredible stuff, guys. Okay, so this is good. This is really, really good here. He now talks about Ian Fleming. I should go back a section here. He says, the very DNA of Bond on screen has also been crafted and nurtured by LGBT artists. You got to be kidding, Mark. Who? Mark, I think you're forgetting that Mr. Wint and Mr. Kidd in the novel Diamonds Are Forever were gay. In the film, they were gay. Rosa Klebb, the villain in From Russia with Love, was gay. I'm also going to skip a spot here, Mark, and I'm going to read you a couple of quotes. And hey, guys, I'm going to read you some quotes of Ian Fleming, okay? So this is from a letter that was put up for auction, and this is what the letter said when Ian Fleming was talking about Pussy Galore. I only needed the right man to come along and perform the laying on of hands in order to cure her psychopathological malady. Malady means sickness, illness. So Ian Fleming right there is saying that he just needed a man to cure her sickness, her illness, her pathological sickness and illness, which was her lesbian qualities. So Ian Fleming right there, don't shoot me, Mark and PC Police. Ian Fleming right there is saying that just a good man can cure this sickness. That's what Ian Fleming's saying. So you've said, Mark, in the rest of this article that James Bond isn't for the right wing. No, Mark, we love women being slapped on the butt. We love Bond being a misogynist, sexist dinosaur. So really, when you look at Ian Fleming, James Bond is not for you, Mark. Let's have a look at this quote, a famous quote by Ian Fleming. As a result of 50 years of emancipation, feminine qualities were dying out or being transferred to the males. Pansies of both sexes were everywhere, not yet completely homosexual, but confused, not knowing what they were. The result was a herd of unhappy sexual misfits. The women wanting to dominate and the men to be nannied. That was by Ian Fleming. So guys, basically the rest of this article is telling us that James Bond is not for us by the genius Mark O'Connell, who doesn't understand that Bond is a sexist, misogynist dinosaur. And we have nothing against black women. I love black women. I know everyone, pretty much everyone on Real James Bond fans would love black women. This isn't a racist thing. This is the 007 number is James Bond. James Bond is 007. It's that being taken away to a woman that's trying to force, I'm more powerful and I'm more mighty. And it's dismissing a male character we've loved on screen for nearly 60 years. That's what this is about. And you lefties just don't get that. Guys, as you know, I speak here with no fears, limits or substitutes, and I've done that again here tonight. Please share the video, please like the video, and in the comment section below, let me know what you truly think of Mark O'Connell's article there. Mark, stick to writing books on James Bond. Till next time, guys, keep on bonding.